Going on, Kate? How are you doing today?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Hanging in there. It was a nice, relaxing weekend. Able to chill out, relax, enjoy, golfed a little bit. But yeah, man, everything was good. It was a good weekend.
Yes, sir, dude. Likewise. Likewise. Got to rest up yesterday a lot more so than I have past weekends. So feel ready to take on the week.
I love that. I love that. Crush your week. So I know we are trying to keep this video pretty compact. So I'll kind of hop into what I got and then jump back over to you, hear what you got.
Perfect.
Perfect, sweet. So again, similar spiel running through the three indexes that I typically run through on this. So S&P 500 up last week 1.12%, up year to date 11.76%. So great returns on the
Yeah,
S&P
it's
this
not
year.
bad.
Russell 2000, again, those more aggressive stocks only up about 1.65% last week. So made a full recovery. And now we're up 3.16 on the year. So a few weeks ago, we were down in that sector. So it's or that index. So it's nice to see that positive recovery. And then the Dow Jones, we were up last week 1.45%. Same story, down last week overall year to date. But now, because of that nice last week, we are up 1.35 year to date. So again, just making sure that you're consistent, you're putting money, you're disciplined. There's all those studies out there that prove it. It's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. So my biggest call to action is to just keep doing what you're doing, keep putting the money away. Don't give up on that discipline. It's really easy to, especially now going into summer, there's like all these vacations that you see these people going on. So it's almost fear. It's like FOMO. It's easy to fall into that path and want to
Yeah,
spend money to go on a trip you can't afford. Don't do it. I mean, you got to live your life, but you also got to live your life. So make sure you're not making dumb financial decisions now that will largely impact the rest of your life. But that's it
absolutely.
for me.
Good. I'm actually surprised to hear that 11.5% number for the
It's
S&P. That's solid.
Yeah, it's been really, really good returns this year. And again, I mean, we're still down substantially from 2022 highs. I mean, we are down still. We were up, we were down last year 24%. So we have to make a 24% plus recovery because the market kind of works. If you have 80%, it's going to be harder to get to 100 rather than losing 20% to get to 80, right? So you have to have a substantially higher, return on invest ROI or at least returns in that to get you back to where you were in 2022 highs. But we're hitting those, we're making those moves, we're getting in that pace. So it's a great buying opportunity still. The number looks good because we're still substantially down. But yeah, if you've been in the S&P riding that wave out this year, you've definitely seen some pretty positive returns.
Dang. Yeah, I love it. Cool, man. Well, yeah, for real estate, I'm just going over the Saudi at the market. Um, Median sales price in May 2023 was 345,000. So, we're beginning of June, so we're getting, fresh data uploaded. In April, it was 349.9. So we are seeing about a $4,000, almost $5,000 price reduction in Saudi month over month. As far as the homes for sale, we have in April we had 155, and then in May we have 157. So a slight increase, definitely up from, let's see, in June of 2021. So 2 years ago it was 58, right? So we're seeing it almost triple over the course of 2 years. So definitely a lot more inventory. And then as far as days on market, we're seeing a slight increase of 2 days month over month from April to May. So more houses are coming to the market. They're staying on the market a little longer. This is giving buyers a lot more, opportunity to make a little bit more competitive offers. And with that, we have our topic of the day. So if you are a real estate agent or you're a buyer, maybe you know someone looking to buy a house, family, friend, coworker, business associate, what you need to let them know is that they need to utilize seller concessions today because with more homes coming on the market, the longer days on market these homes are sitting, these sellers are getting antsy, right? Especially if they need to sell. So these buyers have a little bit more power to them when it comes to negotiating price and concessions. So for anyone who doesn't know, seller concessions are a credit that a buyer can ask from a seller off of the listing price that the buyer can use with, whatever they want. So in most cases, they're using them for their interest rate buy down on their loan if they are getting financing, and they're using it to cover their closing costs, inspection fees, pretty much everything. So we've had situations in the past couple of weeks where actually my brother, he bought using a USDA loan, which is a zero down loan, and he actually got paid like $700 to buy the house because they utilized seller concessions. They got the max they could, and they used it to buy down their rate and cover all their closing costs. So just if you guys are not familiar with them, I know it's been a hot topic since the beginning of this year, really, of using those seller concessions. Just know that they are still out there, and as we see potentially more of a buyer's market, what we're heading into, it's definitely going to be super, super common. So just make sure you guys are utilizing that and asking your agents and informing your clients that that's an option to them, because ultimately that interest rate affects their monthly payment so much greater than a purchase price would. So a good rule of thumb is that for I believe it's every $10,000 is about $60 a change in your monthly payment, right? If we're talking about purchase price. But when you talk interest rate, if you have a change of 0.25%, I mean, it could change your monthly payment dramatically. So for most people, most consumers, that monthly payment is the biggest piece they want to consider, right? So that's the only real estate thing I have today. Make sure you guys are updated on seller concessions. And unless Drew, you have any questions, we do have a quote for everyone.
That's perfect. No, I don't have any questions. The only thing I want to hit on is your reminder that our next meetup is June 23rd. We did change the date because both Kate and I are going to be out of town on the 30th. So rather than having it the last Friday, it's going to be the 23rd. We just locked in our speaker, Chad Casper, owner of Pillar to Post franchise, the Casper team. So I'm really excited about him. He's a phenomenal speaker. He's very good at what he does. So I'm really excited to hear from him and what he has to say. But other than that, that's our update, and I'm good to pass it back over to you for the quote.
Cool, dude. So yeah, everyone should come see Chad because he's amazing. He's super funny too. So I'm sure it will be entertaining. So yeah, the quote for today I actually heard on TikTok. So if you haven't heard it already, it's a pretty good one. So this guy says, if you want to be able to buy things without looking at the price tag, you have to be able to work without looking at the clock.
Ooh,
So I think it's when I first heard it, I was like, dang, that's pretty good.
it is really good.
It's important, I think, to know when you're first starting out in business. So I know a lot of our sphere, is a part of that younger demographic. So if you guys are getting started in an industry or career, give it your all. Spend a lot of time, stay extra hours, right? Devote every extra time you have to your craft, because that's ultimately what is used to get paid off in the future. So I know for you and me, Drew, we spend a lot of our time doing extracurricular stuff for our businesses, right? So we're doing, this meetup is one of them, right? So we're huge connectors in the industry. And so just spending time like that, where you're just dedicating your time, it feels like it's all you do, it will pay off. It has to, it's inevitable. It's the law of work, right? It has to pay off. So we just encourage everyone watching, make sure you're working hard and spending the time you need to be to get where you want.
Absolutely. And one really big, note I want to hit on to the end of this is, dude, I've been in the industry, seriously been in the industry, like trying to recruit clients and trying to earn business for about 2 years, about 2 to 3 years. Kate, how long have you been in real estate?
2 years full time this summer.
Yeah. And so it's taken us 2 years, and just now have Kate and I been talking about how our business is exploding, how things are happening, how things are moving, how that snowball effect is starting to pick up, where we're not necessarily having to go out so much and find our referrals and find our business. We still have to do it, but it's referrals are starting to come in now a lot more frequently. And so, it takes time. Don't give up, keep working, because that's the hardest part is that initial first couple of years. That's the part where you're in the grind, you're eating rice and, what is that, ramen noodles, and
Yeah.
that's what you're sticking to.
Rice
It's
and
hard.
tuna.
That's it. That's that. But it will get better, and you will start to connect, or you will start to generate those relationships that will have a positive, and positive movement on your business. So
For sure. Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, I feel like just me personally now. I mean, this month hopefully will be my best month ever so far. So praise God.
absolutely.
That's a good thing. It's a
Absolutely.
blessing. Um,
I mean,
but
heck, we sorry to interrupt you, but even then, we were just talking about this beforehand. I won the office for having most production last month. So out of
let's
my
go.
class. So like again, same exact thing, right? Like you have that production. We're starting to have those best months ever. And hopefully next month is even better than last month.
Yeah, for sure. And you have to get through that phase, right? Where you don't know where the deals are coming. You don't know when you're going to get paid, and you just got to keep going, right? And it's at those moments that you have months like this, right? Where it's your best month ever because you did not quit. So if you make the mental choice and choose to not give up and keep going, it only gets better, right? It's not possible for it to get worse if you're doing everything, morally and ethically correct, right? So if you choose not to quit and you are working and you're working and you're working, it only gets better. It has to, right? So just keep that in mind.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Kate. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Again, June 23rd. We'll see you all at the Sands Club, 5:30 to 8. Chad Casper will be there. Looking forward to it.
Likewise, brother. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.